come to the bold analysis. The most ridiculous statement I've heard today is a statement by a caucus of Mount Kenya MPs purporting to ask the state to investigate the killings and property destructions that happened on Sabasaba in a clear sign of shedding crocodile tears in a meeting that was convened in Naivasha. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to take you straight, and in this podcast we will expose why this bunch of MPs that met in Naivasha are just but hypocrites. Thank you very much for supporting Embu Project. Deep from my heart, this was what we were doing in the month of April. We found Faith Wambui, the mother of 5, who had suffered post-birth trauma, lost job, and was living in this position, was living in this house. And I rallied you people that we came together to change a life. On Saturday, we'll be handing over this new house. This is a 2-bedroom house that I've built for Faith and his children and the children. We are going to hand over this new house on Saturday. And I want to say thank you. And on Saturday, we are also supposed to make sure we reach out to the children. Harriet, we are going to pay her school fees. The remaining bit, that is one of the child. Then apart from Harriet, there is the other boy, Monene, who is also in junior secondary. We are also going to buy him 2 pairs of uniform and shoes so that we make sure kwamba amepata viatu and is stable. This huyu ni mtoto wake mwingine. And then there is the Joy, the other girl, who we are also going to make sure kwamba tumeweza kumbaia uniform na vitabu. And then we'll hand over the mattresses and the vitandas that we needed, that we bought for this family. Ladies and gentlemen, we've changed the life. We are going to have a small, just a 1-hour service to pray with this family on Saturday at around 9 a.m. in this compound as we hand over the house, so that we can just glorify what God has done. Last week, sleeping in the slopes of Mount Kenya region, I mentioned to you of a meeting that was supposed to be done in Limuru, in a house belonging to a former cabinet secretary who had just resigned, who had just left government. And some of you questioned my sources. Today, the meeting that happened in Naivasha that I want us to look at here is actually what was being planned in Limuru. And let me tell you, it is these people in this meeting that tell us about these meetings. So there are 2 resounding messages that I listened to and actually saw irony. The first message is speaking about condemning destruction of property and what happened during the protests.
We, the undersigned members of parliament from Mount Kenya region, over 40 strong and drawn from all corners of our great mountain region, have convened here as leaders in Naivasha to deliberate on the state of our nation and our region, review and evaluate the state of progress in our area, and we speak with one resolute voice on the current affairs affecting our people and country. This never happens again. The violence and the mayhem witnessed in parts of our region recently have been instigated by reckless, selfish politics. We note with utter disgust the attempted attacks on critical economic installations and facilities within the Mount Kenya region. These very deplorable acts of arson and looting have destroyed businesses that our people rely on, complicating the problem of youth unemployment and discouraging the much-needed investment in our region. For goodness sake, why would anyone incite the burning of enterprises that employ our people, our youth, and our women and our men, and feed our families? Such heinous sabotage only tears down our own house and our own future. We demand through investigation, we demand thorough investigations into the chaos that led to the loss of lives and destruction of property. Those directly responsible for the violence must be arrested and prosecuted to the full extent of the law. And moreover, the sponsors and the orchestrators of this anarchy and violence must be unmasked and held accountable. And these leaders behind me are hell-bent on lifting the veil on those who are thinking that they can hide behind politics to cause anarchy, mayhem, destruction, and loss of lives.
Let me make some observations before, and I want to show you that these people are not honest in their call. But I want to make some observations, some quick observations from that speech. Number one, KJ is talking of over 40 strong. This was to portray solidarity and to show you that so many MPs attended. Even if you look at that frame, you will understand, you will see, number one, even the person who was taking the photo, the video, did not establish the shot to show you. According to Reporter Have, the MPs who attended that meeting were less than 20. Less than 20. I have checked social media pages of even KJ, the Dagoretti South Member of Parliament. I've checked for Mwangi Kiunjuri. These are the ones that are normally very active in social media. And even Dan Madenge, the Nyeri Town Member of Parliament, the gentleman just standing there, no single Member of Parliament have shared a photo of this meeting. So this meeting was kept an in-house affair. No single MP, but the journalists who are called are saying those numbers were actually less than 20. And not all of them were MPs. Some of them were even MCS. So that is the second observation. The other thing, look at the person who they chose to read the speech. KJ. KJ is a Kikuyu MP, but he doesn't represent a Kikuyu constituency. He represents Dagoretti South. Dagoretti South is where I stayed. This is the Kabiria, people know it. This is the Kabiria area. Yeah, your area. Kabiria, Nando, Kamwene, those areas. The Ndonyo. That is Dagoretti South. That is not a purely Kikuyu constituency. There are so many others there, and they were pretending there to be Kikuyu caucus. Why did it have to take KJ? And KJ is not the chairman of the caucus. The chairman of caucus is actually Muturi, according to what I understand. Not Muturi, Kiunjuri, according to what I understand. Even in Oro FM, or even no single Kikuyu station, it was a Kikuyu affair, no single Kikuyu station was called even to cover that press briefing, to feature. Look at the location, Naivasha. The protest happened in Mount Kenya. So if they were addressing Mount Kenya issues, if that press briefing was to address Mount Kenya issues, singefanywa huko. Now, let me show you why I feel it is hypocritical. They are caucusing together, and when Rigathi did this, Rigathi was branded a tribalist. Let's not even look at that. These fellows look defeated in everything. It is hypocritical that not a single member of parliament from Mount Kenya, even this one standing there, not even a single one, attended the burial of people who were killed and shot in Mount Kenya. They skipped. And in fact, the most outrageous part is the burial of the 12-year-old girl who was shot by allegedly a stray bullet in Dumberi. This burial happened just 2 days ago. No single MP from Mount Kenya, while now they are calling a press briefing to show how they are remorseful. It is not it. They did not show up because to that point, their interest was to protect power. To protect power. And when you listen to the press briefing, it is just the State House script of saying those who sponsored the protest, destruction of property, the state has been silent on killings. We say that those who have also died in very unclear circumstances, even the one in Nanyuki. Even these MPs, I was expecting them to at least even show some empathy to the mother who lost the child, a 12-year-old girl who was not even in the protest. They did not. And that tells you that these are just a bunch of hypocrites. Let me tell you, even as they masquerade to be talking about Mount Kenya, there is a judge who has slapped protesters with a bail of 100K. The ones who arrested, the people who were arrested, most of them are between 22 to 25. Hustlers who cannot raise 100,000. So they are locked up in industrial area. I'm seeing LSK doing some online fundraising to support, even me nipeleka yangu. Even me, I supported that fundraiser. To support that fundraiser so that they can release those who are in industrial area. They're doing it. They're doing something to support those who are in industrial area. So question that we want to ask, why don't you even then show empathy of those protesters? Which justice then are you demanding? Remember, even Naivasha MP Jen Kihara has been arrested and will have to spend the night in, is it Pangani police station? They moved from Naivasha to DCI headquarters, then to Pangani police station, supposed to be arraigned in court tomorrow. What is the essence of calling press briefing to demand justice? Isn't it, are they bloggers? Are they opposition? I think they can get a seat with President Ruto and demand for justice. I have not seen any single member of parliament even visiting the shops and supermarkets who are arrested. Heri hata mimi. Nilichukua gari hapa nikaenda nikapita hata Kirinyaga yosadia Kirinyaga nikaenda nikaona. I've not seen even a single of these characters standing here. And that's why the word hypocrites actually befits them. The second aspect I listened to is denouncing ethnic discrimination.
And Kenya belongs to all of us. No amount of intimidation should be allowed to force us into surrendering our freedoms to associate with other fellow Kenyans. Our people will work with whoever advances their interests and the ones who advance national interests. We will not be confined to parochial politics or ethnic cocoons. The mountain is open for partnerships with all who are willing to join hands in building our beloved country, Kenya. We, the Mount Kenya Parliamentary Caucus, are steadfast and eternally vigilant in protecting the interests of the mountain and the rights of our electorate. We stand here mandated, responsible, responsive, and strategic as leaders with a clear vision for the people that we represent. Our agenda is development, peace, and prosperity for our region and for Kenya. We will continue working hand in hand with the national leadership and all Kenyan communities to ensure that every promise that was made to the people is kept. Despite the challenges we have faced and still face as a country, we remain optimistic that with continued stability and focus, the pledges of the Kenya Kwanza government will be delivered in full to our people. The projects to improve infrastructure, create jobs, lower the cost of living, and uplift our farmers and businesses continue to materialize. Mount Kenya will receive its fair share of development, as is already happening, and even more. We will not rest until the lives of our people are improved in these intangible ways.
And they just fell short of naming Gachagua, but that is where they are targeting. And I'm wondering, see, you're accusing the others of tribal incitement. But when you are talking there, you are caucusing based on your tribe. This is the case of Nyani Haone Kundule. They are caucusing based on their tribes, on their tribe that we are from. And it's not a bad thing, it happens. Luo caucus, Luya caucus, Mombasa are caucusing, and everyone is, and I can tell you now moving forward, you'll see even the president has been meeting these caucuses I meet MPs from Luya land, I meet MPs from Luo land, I meet MPs, I don't know from where, from Togen, from Masai, it has been going on. Now, Ruto close associates, and that's why I'm okay, I wish I could have, sometimes kuna zingine napata hata niitwe. MPs are meeting in Naivasha to allegedly attack Rigathi for discriminating Mount Kenya. But I am seeing President William Ruto and his close associates, including Raila Odinga MPs, floating a narrative in the street here that, look here, the protest is not about Ruto. The protest is there because some people are uncomfortable by the fact that Raila is in government. You know? And William Ruto and his handlers are also saying, you know, those who are protesting against me are people from Tribe X. So I was expecting that the nationalists that were in Naivasha would have at least condemned William Ruto and his team who are profiling the Gema Nation. That is what that is the least I was expecting, probably. They would have started there because that is where the problem is. So you cannot see it when Rigathi is saying hi cousin, and that one you see tribalism. When Rigathi is talking about the isolation that they're undergoing, that Tumeteswa, and you're calling that tribalism. But how about those people who there is a clip of an MP I played here, an MP who, there is, especially the Kalenjin fellows, Mandago. There was Mandago just over the weekend, Mandago was speaking in Nakuru. He attacked the Kikuyu community. I wish that would be the starting point. And that is why I say hypocrites. What exactly was behind this meeting? Number one, I can tell you, this meeting had the blessings of State House. Yes, this caucusing was activated because there is something that someone wanted to achieve. And it did not just happen. I remember I've seen some observations from I've seen an observation from some of these fellows. I've seen observation from some of these fellows, and it is person who read the speech, and you can feel a lot of bitterness. This is why State House commissioned this meeting. There is a serious split in the UDA caucus. A serious split. And now this caucus is being activated to gauge loyalty. and patronage. How many of them are still loyal to the cause? Remember, I tell you, the last time, if you check Mwangi Kiunjuri's Facebook page and Kimani Ichung'wa's Facebook page, they were the two MPs that issued a statement, some press statement in their Facebook pages, castigating Rigathi with enough is enough. Enough is enough, too late, too little. Enough is enough. Siyo kitu ishaisha. When the protests were going on, see, they were quiet. Now imeshaisha. So you know, it's like afterward, then you say enough is enough. It's ishaisha. Who is protesting again? The second thing is this. William Ruto is activating this to shake. There's a plan. There could be a plan to shake government. There are some reports, are yet unconfirmed, that the leadership of parliament might change or might be changed to realign with some thinking. And that change of leadership might even affect the MJ, Kimani Ichung'wa. And they're also feeling that people are demanding a share, demanding some committee positions. So within parliament and even cabinet, remember this reshuffle is also likely to affect even the cabinet. This discussion, and I see this caucus has been activated for a purpose. Lastly, and this is the punchline here, President Ruto wants Mount Kenya MPs to take advantage of Rigathi absence and traverse the region marketing the government agenda. Yes. They want, and why? Rigathi is away. But you can see Rigathi MPs everywhere. You can see them holding rallies. I agree with those who are asking, Matiang'i, you want to be president? Hey, in fact, if there is someone who is committed about 2027 general election, is Rigathi Gachagua in that opposition bench. Matiang'i, Kalonzo, it's either they don't have the money or they don't have the charisma. I saw Kalonzo is still oscillating between Kitui and Makueni and Machakos, meeting chiefs and some people, some village elders there. I don't know what Kalonzo is doing in Ukambani at this point. Ukambani vote is intact. Kalonzo is away. You want the ticket to be the president. This is the time for us to feel you. Matiang'i, after successful taking Kisii, is not available. He's not anywhere now. Has also gone quiet after attending the TV, the Kameme station interview. So, really, I'm a bit interested to look at this, and this is why that meeting has been called, and some of us are looking at the prospects of the team running a campaign in Mount Kenya. Thank you.